The Great Gatsby is a prolific American novel that has had a massive impact on not only American literature and culture, but the whole world's. Baz Luhrmann created a film adaptation of this famous novel in 2013, and this video essay's job is to outline the primary aspects in which the film differs from the novel. In the 2013 film adaptation of The Great Gatsby, Baz Luhrmann greatly exaggerates the concepts of romance and spectacle through a multitude of scenes containing romantical conflict and extensive wealth, in order to further cater to the lustful and wealth-driven 21st century audience. While both the novel and film explores themes of love, wealth, and the American dream, Luhrmann's adaptation emphasizes the superficial allure of wealth and spectacle during the Jazz Age, whereas the novel delves more into the complexities and moral aspects of each character. In the novel, the primary focus is on the concept of the American dream and other themes such as the separation within social classes and the impact of such separation, whereas the film focuses more on the concepts of romance, more particularly the intricate love circle of Gatsby, Daisy, and Tom Buchanan. This greater emphasis on spectacle rather than the conceptual aspects of the film is more likely to appeal to the target 21st century audience. One of the more prolific themes in The Great Gatsby is the thought of spectacle versus substance. In Fitzgerald's novel, this adaptation scrutinizes the emptiness and shallowness of the lavish and extravagant lifestyles lived by many of the characters, most importantly, Gatsby. In this case, it reveals a hollowness behind their glamour and has a more negative connotation on the lavishness and wealth that each character exudes. In Luhrmann's film adaptation, however, the idea of spectacle is far more enhanced, with very visually stunning set designs and portrayal of the Jazz Age. With many different extravagant costumes, frenetic parties, and lavish cars, it shows how the film adaptation prioritizes aesthetic grandeur over thematic depth, while the novel leans in towards more of the moral aspects of each character. This visually pleasing and prioritized sensory film overlooks the essence of moral dilemmas faced by many of the characters, leading to a more shallow, yet entertaining adaptation of The Great Gatsby. The influence for spectacle and grandeur is mainly due to the increased obsession with celebrity culture and the desire for wealth that this generation now has. Another major change made between the film and novel is the difference in the portrayals of each character. The characters in the film are all more extravagant and exaggerated compared to the novels, in order to make each scene more interesting to view. However, this can lead to warped views of each character in comparison to the novel. In the novel, each character is displayed with much more complexity and their thoughts and conflicts are explored in much more detail in comparison to the film. For instance, the intricacies of the characters Nick Carraway and Jordan Baker are more or less glazed over, with very little backstory or connotation for each character, at least in comparison to the original novel in which F. Scott Fitzgerald delves into the backstories and their uniqueness, as well as their unlikely relationship that occurs between each of them. In the film's adaptation, their respective storylines are cut short and sped up in order to make more room for the highlighted relationship of Gatsby, Daisy, and Tom Buchanan, catering to the Hollywood aspect of the film. This is also shown by Nick Carraway being used as a narrator for the film. Another noticeable difference in themes between the novel and the film is the portrayal of romance. In the novel, Fitzgerald explores the complexities between love and genuine affection, with a main example being Gatsby's love for Daisy Buchanan, which embodies a romantic aspect of the American dream, which ultimately proves itself to be deceptive. However, in Luhrmann's film, the central love story is exaggerated and the passion and intensity of Gatsby's and Daisy's relationship is spotlighted heavily. The use of different film techniques help display the portrayal of this, something that the novel is unable to do, but the film lacks the substance behind much of the romantic ideas in the film, oversimplifying the more nuanced portrayal of love that the novel presents. Instead, it seems much more materialistic, which yet again caters to the desire for wealth and obsession with celebrity culture in the 21st century. Going back to the theme of catering to the 21st century, one of the most obvious differences is that the book is told from the perspective of Nick Carraway, while the movie focuses on Gatsby as himself, creating a more materialistic world that simply focuses on the drama and romance in the relationship, rather than the book providing a more nuanced portrait of Gatsby, delving into his past and motivations for throwing lavish parties to win over Daisy Buchanan from Tom. The movie paints Gatsby as a somewhat one-dimensional character, emphasizing his wealth without fully exploring his character and intricacies. Another difference between the two versions is that the book contains a much more detailed account of Gatsby's relationship with Daisy, while the movie mostly glosses over this part of the story and instead goes straight to the romance. The final way in which I will discuss how the film differs from the novel is the subject of the American dream, which again ties into the modern-day obsession with wealth and celebrity culture. In Fitzgerald's novel, it offers a critique of the American dream while exposing the corrupt and moral decay occurring within. However, the novel explores the questions of how the pursuit of wealth and social status leads to moral decay, even loneliness, through characters such as Tom Buchanan, and how Gatsby's journey for materialistic success is a warning to the true illusory nature of the American dream. However, in Luhrmann's adaptation, it presents Gatsby as a more heroic figure and celebrates his success and wealth while facing adversity. The film highly glamorizes the wealth and excessive risks in pursuit of the American dream displayed throughout the film, without criticizing any of the ethical implications in obtaining all of the success of wealth.